Hey, beautiful angel, I have a spirit message for you today. As I'm here just contemplating, it's late afternoon, and just so many things happened all at the same time. I am in this beautiful tropical country, and it's a season of heavy rain, like hurricanes. And today is like so bright and sunny. And earlier today, there was a major warning. It was like a major warning, like everything on the face of the earth, any kind of danger, winds, rain, everything was expected this morning. And I'm looking out today and I'm seeing this perfectly blue sky. And I'm wondering, like, where is this disconnect? What is truly happening? And I was just like thinking and talking to God. And the message came through that do not trust the messages of fear. That's the message that will help you wherever you are. Do not trust the messages of fear. Certain things in life are designed to bring you down. Look, it does not mean that there are certain situations and you need to pay attention to them. But it's also like today, isn't that like a divine design? What I thought is going to be like a day of warning and too many like dangerous things out there outside of my control. It happens to be not the case. How many times in your life you hear news or you listen to somebody and they give you this intense message of fear and you just surrender to fear and you say, okay, then I have to disregard my intuition. I have to disregard the signs and have to trust some bad news that a wrong, like a bad thing is going to manifest. Well, today is the exact opposite. Today is the exact sign that sometimes the expectations of negative do not come true. And if you have this complete certainty that at any point in your life, God can turn things around, like God, divine nature, obviously had a different plan. Although all the visible signs here on planet Earth were pointing at this hurricane situation, rightfully so. It is obvious, it's logical, but this day overrides all predictions, all logic. I don't say like it may not rain, may rain later. I don't know. But my feeling today is that I had to cancel some plans in the morning and I had to really be mindful not to drive or go out in the rain. So I had to really pay attention to these signs. But now as I'm seeing a beautiful bright sky, the message that I'm receiving from the spirit world is that sometimes God can change plans completely. Sometimes your connection with God can be so divine and extraordinary, and miracles happen when you least expect them. So when you hear news, when you listen to the stories, and you hear people say all kinds of gloom and doom, and even your loved ones, they predict all the wrong things. They predict all kinds of dangers, losses, and you almost feel like sense of helplessness, like you have to surrender all of that power and just go with it. Just trust that this whole negative drama happening in the world is your, it's like fate. Let's say fate, because fate and destiny are two different things. But here's the thing. You may wake up the next day and you'll see clear skies. It was not in the prediction. It was not in the forecast of the day. So here is a connection with the higher power that you are yet to experience. And me too. I also have a lot to learn on this planet. But God's plan may not always be what the world wants you to believe. What God wants for you may go against common sense. And all predictions, you may come from a family with a lot of burden, a lot of physical burden, emotional burden, maybe addictions, destructive things, heavy karmic things, and it feels like you are doomed. That's your fate. You're just gonna go down. You have no chance of thriving. You have no chance of becoming someone who's got potential, someone who's got a chance of aiming high and actually reaching that new height. But I'm here to tell you, because that's the evidence of this day, and the message of this day is simply this: God's plan is not your plan. No matter how dark, how heavy, how fateful the events of your life may have been to this point, still, there is a realm of high power and miracles, and this realm can override any negative karmic programs, any negative karmic, dramatic, destructive pattern that has been haunting your family for generations. So I'm here almost like laughing. I'm laughing because there's not even a cloud in the sky. It's almost like the dramatic pull of a hurricane and expectations of full-on disaster. It's like, if you want to make God laugh, just simply tell your plans. Just send out a forecast of a hurricane. And I'm just going to show you some blue skies. And that's just something you cannot help but think about. So there is a spiritual truth to these stories. And I felt, today I really felt it. I felt like no matter what happens, no matter what the world is trying, no matter what information the world is loading into your consciousness on how bad things would be or should have been, you may wake up in a very different reality where there is a clear sky. And in everyone else's reality, it may storm, it may be a disaster, nightmare. But for you, it's no cloud, not a cloud in the sky, blue skies. Now this could be your destiny. And you must say, how we live in the same world? No, you do not live in the same world. They live in their own reality. They live in the perception of their own disastrous state, something they have expectations for. But it's almost like when you have this open mind and you say, you know what? These are the forecasts. I will definitely keep this in mind. Okay? I want to understand my position. And I also want to participate fully in this life, which means that I'll have to listen to weather forecasts, and I will also listen to wise teachers, but I keep this door open for the divine to have the final word, because the divine plan for this day is not a disaster and a hurricane. Somewhere, probably along the shoreline, it is hitting hard right now. But not here, not where you are. Where you are, things could be very different. Things could be very light. Things could be very easy. Things could be just enjoyable. And this comes from just expecting miracles, every day expecting miracles. When you expect like this, you could say, well, this is a miracle. Or they could maybe replace people at the weather center, maybe teaching them how I don't know how this works. I should not put any judgment upon anybody. But the fact of the matter is that sometimes the expectations that the world wants you to believe do not come true. And when they don't come true, what are you left with? Are you left with regrets? Like, I should have listened, I should have at least had a plan B? Or you say, you know what, at any point in time, things may not be as expected. At any point in time, God can open a door. If you go through a difficult situation, a breakup, if you're going through some kind of like a painful event, know that no matter what anybody tells you, and your own expectations may not have God's plan in them. And when it's actually getting a little cloudier. The clouds are coming through. It's so funny. This is so funny. This is hilarious. I love this. It's almost like things are happening in real time. As I'm talking to you, you can see when my room gets darker. Now I'm actually seeing like clouds coming. Fantastic. I love this. Still, I think this game between me and Divine, we're trying to play this game, but still beautiful. So the message for you is this. Get ready, listen to what's happening in the world, but also know that God's plan, God's miracles can occur at any time. And in your reality, your expectations of the best, of good things, will manifest in perfection. This is the perfect plan. That's a perfect design. I hope this helped you. I felt like I needed to do this video today. So much. I'll keep you posted what's happening with weather.